You know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in. You know, and I know, and they know, cause we know, we go all in.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. It's your boy K Dizzle DC and Hell Streams. And have
Boy, have streams.
we are welcome to the All Dressed Up podcast, man. You find us here every night at Sunday night at 9 p.m. Talk about any and everything and a little bit of all of it. What you need to hear and the conversations you're not having, we having them right here. What say ye, Hef?
What it do? What it do, K Dizzle? How you feeling, man?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm fantastic.
Good to see
The
you. Good to
energy.
see you as always on Sunday evenings at 9 o'clock. Always
Sunday,
a pleasure.
9
Who would have
p.m.
thought? Who would have thought that it's episode 15 already?
Bro, consistency is consistency. Hey, Mama Hef.
Hey, Ma.
Good evening, Mama Hef. Thank you for sliding through as usual. As usual, Mom brings some hella support, man. Everybody else in the
we
building.
appreciate it.
I see they're gonna start strolling in. Hey, look, man. We started
Consistency,
one
huh?
week,
That's what you said.
huh?
You said consistency, huh?
Consistency pays off. Consistency beats hard work every time. Let me pull that joint.
No
Damn.
weeks off, man.
No weeks off, bro.
You know,
No weeks
dedication.
off.
We do it every week for you guys, man. We really appreciate the support. We've had fun, you know, coming out here every Sunday night. So keep joining us, and let us know what you want us to talk about. We put up content on socials every day, usually. So reach out to us and let us know if you have anything that you want us to talk about on some Sundays. So, what do you think about the Preakness, man? It was Preakness this weekend.
It was Preakness. Hey, shout out to Donnie. Thanks for sliding through.
What's
Shanae's
up,
in the building. What
Denise,
it do?
man?
What's
What's
going
up,
on?
Shanae?
Hey, look, this is the first
Does
time
the
I ever
Preakness
heard.
mean anything to you?
Not really. However, the mere progress over perfection. I love that, Ron. I love that. Hey, look,
I like
it's the
that,
first time
Arizona.
I
What's
ever
up,
heard
Arizona?
the controversy of a horse failing a drug test.
Seriously, man.
The horse failing a drug test, man. And look, I'm not a bet man, so I could care less. But come on, man. We all know what it is. I don't believe.
Why they testing the horses, man? Nobody cares.
They have to. Like everything else,
cares.
they got to test it. They got to.
I want to go out there and see horses run fast as hell. I don't care how they running. I don't know. I don't care if they on a juice. I mean, bless their hearts. I don't want any horses to be harmed in the making of the Preakness, but
ain't nobody, man, but the devil. But I made a big smack out of it. Apparently, it's a winning trainer. It's a winning trainer for years and years and years, and they get a lot of prize money.
They hating, man. They hating on him. If he's a
They
winner, you're not. What's the saying? You're not winning if you ain't cheating. You ain't trying if you ain't cheating.
wait a minute, Clarence. You say you're not winning if you ain't cheating. You're not winning if you ain't got haters.
You ain't trying if you ain't cheating. That's what it is.
You ain't trying to be. I don't.
What up, 410?
Condone. What up, 410? I don't consider and condone the comments made by Health Streams. If you're not winning, if you're not cheating.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But what I was gonna say is, I've been staying out in the Baltimore side of town over the past few months, and I never knew that the Preakness was pretty much right smack in West Baltimore off of Northern Parkway.
Yes.
Little did I know, I drive past the Preakness every day, but the Preakness isn't all dressed up every day over there off of Northern Parkway, so. I drive past
Northern Parkway.
I drive past there, on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, this is different. It's a lot of people out here. Usually, where you see the the activity on the corners and the streets. Now you got people out there selling artwork and catching everybody walking up and going to the horse races. So
Yeah.
interesting event over there at Pimlico Raceway.
Yes, the streets are swept for a momentary momentary event sometimes. Hey,
Oh
Melinda,
yeah,
thanks for
especially when they're
stopping
bringing
through.
their money.
Oh, especially when they're bringing that cheese, man.
What's
Well,
good,
that's
man? You know what? I want to say congratulations to Melinda Heflin. She's going to be getting married on Friday. So yeah, let's clap it up
congrats,
for
congrats,
one of our
congrats.
loyal viewers and supporters, Melinda. That's my aunt, love her to death. But congratulations, we had some fun today. We had a nice little gathering with the family and we celebrated. So see you Friday for the big shindig.
Friday, that's fantastic. Congrats, congrats, congrats. All much wish you much success and happiness as the journey begins. As the journey begins. Look, hey,
That's nice. That's nice, K Dizzle.
thank you, thank you. I try. Okay. Yeah, everybody giving you congrats. Hey, so
Yeah, man.
let's
Much
let-
love.
let's slide on into this thing, man. Where you want to start? Oh, look, there they go. Where you want to start first, my guy? Do
Oh,
you want to do
we're going to sports, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's do this, man, because for the past couple of weeks we've been letting our people down on something that we've made a staple of our show, and that's
Oh
supporting black business. So let's do that now
man,
before we get down this
let's
rabbit
do
hole
that
with you,
right
K
now.
Dizzle.
You
Because
want to
K,
start
I love you to death, but once you get going, we gonna miss a link or two.
that is true. That is a true statement. I can't even hold you on that. You want to
But
start
you
first?
my guy. Yeah, let's start with Treats by
Go ahead.
Lon.
Treats
You
by
know,
Lon. It's the Instagram page we got up. Hold on, let
had
me.
had a nice experience, I guess I should say, by receiving some treats by Lon. No pun intended. She hooked us up with some Patron infused cupcakes. Nice little, fermentation. I guess she let the batter sit with the Patron mixture in there for a couple of days, from what I hear. Bite
Are
into it.
these the Patron infused cupcakes?
There they go. Nice little
There they
lime
are.
wedges on top.
Patron
I had
infused cupcakes. I mean,
my
you
little
can't get
cousin
more.
try to take a bite of mine today, and I had a picture up on IG. No, he did not have some. It looked like he was
Whoa,
taking a bite, but no, he didn't. And yeah, man, you
whoa,
had the
yellow
little
shooter.
injections there,
Whoa.
but it was fun. Shout out to Trees by Lon. Look her up. She can definitely hook your party up and add some sweets and some nice treats to it.
This is the Instagram page at Treats by Lon, LONN, Treats by Lon. DMV, DM for serious inquiries. All deposits are non-refundable. CPs. We got to put that disclaimer out, but no, go check her out, man. Make sure you do. My black business is a little bit different this week. I post him randomly on Facebook, but I felt it was important to put this guy out here, man. The guy's name, actually, this is Help DMV. His Instagram page, you can find him on Help DMV on Twitter and Help DMV on Facebook. This guy, Maurice McClanahan, I've known him for almost 20 years now. What he does, exactly what you said. Can you read it? Help DMV, submit a photo of your past due bill for assistance consideration. What he does is he takes donations from people,
Oh
random
man,
people, and he helps people pay their bills. He takes all of that money and helps people pay their bills. For people who are cash strapped in the city, in the DMV area, who are behind. Yeah, he's paid rent. He's done all other things. He does cash giveaways. He supports black businesses. I mean, this guy's authentic. He's the real deal. Like I said, I've known him for 20 years. He ain't one of those a scam. But I've look, Cash App Help DMV. You can DM in there if you want it. You want to donate to his cause to help people in need in the city, local. Please do so. Go support the guy, man. He's 100%. He's authentic. He's real. It ain't a scam. It's the homie, and he does this out of the kindness of his heart, out of the absolute kindness of his heart. So shout out
that's what's
Help
up, man.
DMV. Help DMV. That's his Instagram. You can find him on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere else. You can look. But that is the black businesses this week.
I like that.
Shout out to Trees Balon and Help DMV. And let's get right into the NBA because we coming down to the wire, my guy.
So yeah, man. So I heard before we even go into the NBA talking about sports this week, did Aaron Rodgers really retire, or is that just a rumor?
I think that's a rumor, man. I didn't hear that. You're gonna make me look that up right
It's
now. I
it's
didn't.
not on it's not a headline on NFL.com or ESPN, but I heard through some source, and I don't want to be out here spreading fraudulent news, but I thought Adam Schefter reported Aaron Rodgers retired. So
That was the only thing I see is considering retirement. He hasn't retired, but he's considering retirement. That was about a week,
okay,
about a
put
week ago.
check back into that because you
Um,
don't spread slander, especially on my sports report, right? Big dog. What's up,
Big
Big
dog,
Dog
what up?
Entertainment doing big
Big
things
dog,
over
what
there
up?
down
Look,
PG
man.
County.
Look, man.
What's up?
He's in a tough situation, and I can understand, his reasoning. But look, you're a man. You're
They're
a
not letting them
man
walk
that,
out.
yeah, play out your contract, man. You get
They're
paid
not
to
gonna
do
let
so.
them
Play
walk
out your
out.
contract. I don't want it to be another Barry Sanders situation. Barry Sanders to me was the greatest running back of all time. You can fight me on that, 100%. It was a rumor, right, big dog? Um, and
Okay.
it took years for Emmitt Smith to break his record. But he was on a trash team and he couldn't get out of the contract, so he retired early. That's what it
It's a
is.
tough
Shout out to I
situation,
Savage.
man.
But it's what it is. Play out your contract, man. You're a big boy. You signed a contract. You know what it is. You want to get out when it's time.
Well
Otherwise, keep
said.
your otherwise, make your complaints and keep moving. I ain't
Well
in that
said. And
situation.
especially Aaron Rodgers of all people, he knows how the NFL gets down. He got brought in behind Brett Favre, and
Brett
Brett Favre,
Favre.
he wasn't rocking with Aaron Rodgers when he was there his rookie season. So I think they
Yeah.
had like one or two conversations. So moving on from that, let's talk about my favorite time of the year, and that's the NBA playoffs, man. What's up, Savage
For
Season?
shizzle. For shizzle.
NBA playoffs. My man Brooklyn Rob wanted me to talk about the Knicks. I'll give you a quick mention. The Knicks are clinched and they are playing the Hawks. Who you got there, K Dizzle? Knicks Hawks.
Knicks.
All right, so we take the Knicks there. I'm not gonna dive deep. They got to mention. NBA playing games are going to be very interesting, man. The NBA playing is something new. You don't have just your traditional 8 seed locking it down. Now they go all the way up to the 10th seed, so letting more
Right.
mediocrity get into the playoffs. So I'm gonna throw a couple of the playing games to you without diving deep. Who you got between the Pacers and the Hornets?
The Pacers and the Hornets. I got the Pacers. I
Got
just
the
think they're a
Pacers.
stronger team. Yep.
So the winner of the 9 and 10 plays the loser of the 7 and 8. Who's going to be the loser of the Wizards and the Celtics?
Celtics. I'm going home
Wizards are
team.
gonna Wizards. Okay. I
I'm
like
going
that,
home
K
team.
Dizzle.
I
I like that
don't
energy.
care what the Celtics look like.
So guess what the Wizards
Wizards in
win?
4.
Guess what the shit. You have hey man, that's bold. But
care.
guess what the Wizards win if they beat the Celtics?
What?
They get to play the Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh.
Congratulations, 7th seed. You get to play KD,
You can pay KD.
James Harden,
Let's go.
Kyrie Irving, and Larry Bird. So who you got on the west side in the 10-9? We got the Memphis Grizzlies with Ja Morant and the San Antonio Spurs trailing in the 10th seed. Will the Wiley coached Popovich Spurs
I know.
edge out the Memphis Grizzlies, or will we get I would like to call it an upset.
I would like to Popovich is a strong coach.
I mean, you got DeMar DeRozan and you got Ja
Right.
Morant. Those are the two best players on both teams.
Right. Let's go Grizzlies.
Okay.
Let's go Grizzlies.
And then we got the Lakers and LeBron James coming back looking good, well rested. Against your boy, Steph Curry, who we're going to talk about, who just got the scoring champion locked down.
Golden State.
The NBA 2021 scoring champ. He averaged 32 points per game this year. He just edged out Bradley Beal. He scored 46 points a night, and now he is 5 years removed from being the MVP. He can say he led the NBA in scoring for this year. So congratulations.
Golden State.
Golden State over LA in the play-in.
Yep. Golden State.
I like
Don't
that.
at me. Don't at me. Golden State.
I like your predictions, man. That's
Golden
bold.
State. We'll review.
So
We'll review them. We'll review them all week.
I wrote them down, man. I hope you guys listen, man. And before we finish up with sports, man, let's talk about Kobe's enshrinement. Kobe's wife Vanessa Bryant and who was up there with Vanessa? Michael Jordan. I think they
Michael
had spoke in
Crying Jordan.
regards to Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame enshrinement. And again, one of those players you hated to love because he definitely put the Lakers back on the map during those years of the dynasty in the early 2000s. And good to see him go down in the Hall of Fame. You know, one of the best players of all time. We talk about Kobe often, but go ahead, Kate, what you think?
No, it's I won't say it's overdue, but I mean it's a it was common knowledge. If it was anything less, it would have been a shock to the system because he was one of the epitomes of a not only just a
He was
performer but
relentless, man.
just just
He brought
just
that
aggressive.
tenacity
He
to
was
the
the guy.
game. That
He was the
yeah,
one. I think that he honestly he's the closest one to MJ.
yeah.
Closest one to MJ. Period.
I
We
mean,
talk a lot about
he
LeBron.
demanded your respect.
We talk a lot about LeBron, but there was no one like MJ, and there's no one like Kobe.
I
Period.
agree. I agree
Period.
with
That
you.
commanded the court 110%. So
But I see you, Lon Boogie, and thank you for doing what you do. We appreciate the cupcakes, and that's what we do, guys. We try to support everybody who looks out, and hopefully you can check us out on Sundays. Thanks for coming out and joining the chat.
yes, yes,
So tonight we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about some music. We're gonna talk about some rap. I know we got some hip hop heads in the crowd. We got 410 Beard, who's definitely gonna like tonight's conversation. You know what I'm saying?
for shizzle,
We're talking about J. Cole. What's up with this for shizzle?
for shizzle. I don't know. I've been watching
You've
Chappelle
been
show.
watching Chappelle?
Yep, I've been watching Chappelle show. So
So we're gonna do a J. Cole deep dive later on. But who's been following podcast news and gossip? You ever get into the podcast news and gossip? I mean, the top three rated podcasts are typically the $1 Million Worth of Game with
Mhm.
Gilly and Wallow, and then you got the Drink Champs and the Joe Budden podcast usually going neck and neck.
right.
So obviously, Joe Budden, he used to rock with DJ Academics, and DJ Academics has a huge platform on Twitch.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you guys ever see him, but he usually has a lot of news on hip hop, and he keeps the younger crowd informed of what's going on. But it's looking like they got something in the works. Joe Budden pretty much fired his co-host on air. I never listened to J. Cole. Oh my goodness, that's vicious right there.
What?
We're gonna talk about that in a few
We're
minutes.
gonna
Put
talk
that
about that. Ron.
put
Hold on.
that to
Hold
the,
that thought, Ron.
like
Put
you
put a
just
pin
you
in
just
that,
you just
Ron.
stopped the whole show with that
Yeah,
one,
put a
Arizona.
put
And
a put a
I know
yeah.
you know good music too. That's
Put
a
a
shocker.
Pinterest in there. There's Pinterest in there. Put a pin in
But
there.
a
I'm gonna put that
Pinterest.
up again. I never listened to J. Cole.
Let's
Okay,
put that on the bulletin board.
carry on.
So yeah, so do you guys care about that? Like honestly, do you guys care about Joe Budden, Five, and Rory, and everything that's going on with the co-hosts? Is Joe Budden that good to just go ahead and drop his co-host like that?
No, let me talk about the situation because I think there's an important lesson in that situation that happened. So tell them the story the same way you told it to me because
So
I didn't know about it until you told me.
so we're talking about ownership, right? So
Right.
let's look at it at face value. It's called the Joe Budden Podcast.
Hmm.
And what that tells me is obviously when it comes to ownership, I would say Joe Budden is the owner and creative director behind everything produced. And he is a clown, right? So, and that's the thing. He's polarizing too, hate him or love him. He's definitely got a media following, and we're in the game to talk about it. So, yeah, the Maul and Rory video was pretty interesting for one though. But not pretty much. Academics has been going at Roy and Maul for a minute. Those are Joe Budden's co-hosts, and I don't want to say it's necessarily hate, but their show Everyday Struggle pretty much stopped running over on Complex. Joe Budden walked away from that deal. He's known to walk away from deals and be kind of like emotional. But so he goes to have his own podcast, and Academics fell back and had his own platform. So he's been throwing shade at those two, waiting for this to implode. And allegedly, he got a piece of mail dropped off at his house, and it was looking all over like it was Roy that dropped off some stuff talking about how, they're on top, kind of, mocking academics and acts like pretty much saying he's not a gangster, but you just can't be rolling up and trespassing on my property. You do it again, Rory, and it's going to be some problems. You said he was going to pretty much defend himself accordingly to like the statutes of protecting his home. So was
Hmm.
it Rory that actually dropped off the letter? We don't know. And could it be the return of everyday struggle, which is what we're talking about? Joe Budden walked away from the Spotify deal. Obviously Roy Amal didn't have much decision, I guess, control behind that decision. So now with the potential of academics and Joe Budden being able to team back up, that might be huge. That might be what it takes to get them back to being number one. Academics is the male Wendy Williams. Shanae definitely
I
has
may
her
have to
opinions
concur.
about academics
I
and
may
Joe
have to.
Budden.
Yeah, yeah. He's a little
But not everybody really cares about the
very
gossip
true.
stuff. But if you're into that, that stuff just to watch in between your lunch break or something, and here or there to stay informed about what's going on, it's interesting sometimes.
So,
But again,
so
to talk about the business and ownership, like Joe Budden pretty much shut those guys out. They thought they owned something. Speaking of Rory and Maul, they found out pretty quickly that their name was not on the building, and
oh man.
and there was a lack of ownership, I guess, for them.
So, and what I heard when the story is whether or not Roy did or did not drop that off to academics house, it put in jeopardy his situation with Joe Budden. See, they thought they were bigger than what they were. Get your
Right,
business in order off top. And that goes to the whole point that I'm making. Look, when Joe Budden found out about it, he came to Roy and said, "Did you do it or not?" He said no.
right.
And regardless of whether you did it or not, the way that it looks makes it difficult for the guy whose name is on the building to be able to secure the bag for bigger
They they
and
wanted to see
bigger
the accounting.
better yeah bigger and better ventures, because now you got some super petty stuff that could come into play and mess up the money. So
Let me ask you a question though. We follow certain podcasts. Obviously, we're in the podcast game. We're growing organic. We're doing our thing.
mhm.
But do you think those guys brought anything to the Joe Budden podcast to get it where it is today? Or do you think Joe Budden could have me and you sitting there and it'd be the same show?
He couldn't have us sitting there because we're too opinionated and we're going to try to push a conversation. And it's like three alphas trying to move a conversation. We work together because we know each other,
Right.
and we know how to work together. Joe Budden is an alpha male who don't care about nobody else. If you watch his shows, he'll immediately
He's
interject
Joe first.
he'll immediately go first. He'll immediately interject over top of him, not caring a word about sometimes what their point is. He'll let some time to breathe, but more importantly, he makes the conversation about him and his opinions, and it's always been that way, and that's
But
that's why he's been able to secure the bag. So he's going to continue that behavior. But
but
look,
he
man,
asked he asked those guys, did was academics getting to them? He went on his podcast talking to 410 Beer, right? On the episode, Joe was like, I asked them, was academics getting to them? And they both said no. So when you say the guy's not bothering you, but then all of a sudden you're to blame and everything's looking like you dropped off this piece of mail at the guy's house, that's obviously looking like the guy's getting to you. So from a
yeah,
business standpoint, Joe Budden felt like Rory's head wasn't in the game, and like you said, he's messing up the bag.
yeah,
So
don't mess up. Do not mess up the bag. I don't care what you do, what you got on, or what you got going on, what your thoughts are. You leave your wallet in the car. Don't mess up your situation.
can't get the
Uh,
bag and fumble it.
No, that's where he fumbled the bag. That's why they out sitting on the porch
All
looking
right,
crazy,
so
looking for interviews.
so they
Looking
out there
for
on the
interviews.
porch looking for interviews, man. But we not hiring right now. the All Dressed Up podcast. We definitely have our guest hosts every now and again, but we're not hiring, man. It's K Dizzle and Hef Streams out here.
And look, if you want to get in on the conversation, we will always bring you on, but Hef will swiftly kick you off if you're talking
Yeah.
too much. No, but no,
Nah, you,
857-1757 to join the conversation text. We'll send a link. Can the two of them return and hold their own show?
that's a good question. They're gonna
That is a
try
good
it,
question.
obviously.
If there's a market, if there's a market for it, and if
There'll be a
somebody's willing to
market for it.
pay, if somebody's willing to pay for it,
Nah, they're not
of
gonna.
course.
They're not gonna be. They're not gonna get picked up like that. I think they can
No.
probably go start a Patreon or something,
Yeah,
and they'll be probably on one of those paid podcast services. But
yeah, and that'd be fine.
as far as entertainment, I don't think they're ever gonna be as entertaining as Joe Budden.
No, Joe Budden's a character in itself. But look, but yo, enough about Joe Budden.
Nah, but speaking about music, right? We're talking about hip hop today. We're gonna have some fun with you guys in the chat. So don't be afraid. Text and join the conversation. All you guys talk about, y'all know rap, and we debate it all the time at work and in our, in our fun and off time. So let's have
Hey,
a
look,
nice conversation.
I-
But when you
Eric-
hold on real quick, when you said throwing people off, right? I
uh-huh.
used to put mixtapes in my car CD player. And I put it on, and if that shit was trash, I throw it out the window. That was my old thing. So tonight, when you get brought in on the conversation, keep it G.
Keep it G. Arizona Ron, you have very limited space in this conversation tonight because you never listen to J. Cole.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either, bro. You lost me on that, my guy.
So
But,
J. Cole 8th major studio album, the off season. K Dizzle, what you think, man?
So okay, it's fire. It's fire.
Okay.
It's fire. There are elements in
K
that
Dizzle says
album.
it's fire.
There are elements in this album that I love. There's elements in this album I hate. Maybe because I'm an old head, I'm expecting an older format, meaning I need a little bit more than 1:16 and then 2 minutes and 30 seconds of filler, because he had a lot of songs like that. There were probably
he had 12 tracks and
12
they ran
tracks.
for 39 minutes.
39 minutes. You're gonna make me divide that.
So
shit
you
up.
can't even really bang that album flying on a trip to like Miami.
So that's 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Well, that's even off because that ain't really what it is. So you can't really. Yeah. He had one song that was like 4 minutes. The rest of them was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, your opinion is very finite
on J. Cole.
on J. Cole. Yeah. Brandon, what up? Brandon's in the building. So look, B. Shout out to Loading Snacks, man. Hey, J. Cole's album is fire, but it has it's got that new format.
Well, let me ask you, K, how long you been rocking with J. Cole first and foremost? How long you been listening to J. Cole?
Since J. Cole,
because we're gonna do a deep dive.
Before J. Cole had locks, and before Forest Hills Drive, before all that.
So were you listening to the Sideline Story?
Yes.
With J. Cole when he first came out? Because if we're talking about the discography, let's go back. We're talking about Cold World, the Sideline Story. He came out with that single with Miguel. That was when Miguel was first coming out. Then we came into Born Center. Then you had Forest Hills Drive. Forest Hills Drive was a hell of an album. Then he kind of, in my opinion, took a step back with For Your Eyes Only. I was expecting more of a heavier comeback after Forest Hill Drive. So that was probably tough for any album after that one was going to be a little bit, I think, hated on. Then you had Truly Yours. You had KOD when he started rapping about the politics of the industry. And now you got the off season. So where do you rank the off season compared to some of his better albums?
So my favorite album from J. Cole was Born Center.
Okay. You said you like Chain and Day?
Yeah. My favorite album was Born Center. And I'll put the Forest Hills Drive and then the off season. I'm gonna say the off season because it's some of his some of the best lyrics
Okay.
that he's wrote.
Okay.
Um, some of the best lyrics. Oh, London in the building. Whole Loading Snacks family is in the building. Shout out to Loading Snacks. But
A 410 said Cole first track with Killer was fire. I'm glad
oh,
Cam did not rap.
Cam
I'm so happy. When I
in the
heard
intro. You can't.
Killer talking on the intro, I said, please don't rap. Please. I don't want to
Who
hear
you talking about?
pizza,
Huh?
pizza. I don't want to hear lobster,
Eats a
lobster,
pizza.
cops,
Glad to
chopster.
meet you. Little Caesars.
I don't want
Bring
to
you
hear that with my
cheeses.
man J. Cole.
Extra cheeses. Softy.
Mm-mm.
New York. No. But to have
Harlem.
Cameron and Lil Jon on the first track, just for nostalgia, kind of set you off
Lil
down that
Jon was
avenue. Lil
classic.
Jon was in the. Oh man, come on now. He said,
My
I heard
favorite.
Lil Jon voice, and it set me off to a whole Lil Jon path
That's
of looking at his
hilarious, man.
discography. But like I said, I think it's vintage J. Cole, but it's in the new format. You got to get used to the new format where you can't really get into a song. By the time you really get into the song, it's over. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's just the streaming playback ability. They want you to play it over and over. You know,
I got you.
whole strategy behind it, and I'm sure you know, I'm not telling you nothing you
Yeah.
don't know, is to get it in rotation over and over. You know, you
Yep.
could play 39 minutes working out on a treadmill in one run and listen to this whole album if you think about it. But my favorite J. Cole was definitely Forest Hills Drive. I think that's his best work of all time. I like Love Yours. I thought that track was a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
He spit on
That-
that. And you know, I want to ask you, K Dizzle, like where do you we'll dive deep into this album off season, but where do you rate J. Cole in the top of the rap game right now? Who's your top three?
Top 3 right now.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting Killer Cam Arizona on no all-time rap, but I don't want to hear him rap right now on J. Cole.
They said he crashed Spotify. I can believe. I don't know.
Who your top three rappers right now in the game, K Dizzle? No,
Right now in
just
the
your
game,
opinion. Yeah. I'm not gonna grill you on it. I'm just curious to see where
I don't
where do you
even know
put
if I
J.
have.
Cole at?
I put J. Cole 2. I put J. Cole at 2.
So you saying you know your number one pretty quickly.
Oh, without a doubt, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick,
Damn, you saying it like it's that
Cole.
easy?
Yeah. Kendrick, Cole. And I'm going to probably shock you with number 3 because we haven't heard real raps from him in a while, but it's Drake.
Nah.
We haven't heard real raps from Drake in a while, but it's Drake.
Nah.
Because Drake can flow. I don't care. He might be pop. He might be whatever you want to call him.
Sinead
But if
said,
you put him on a track where he got to rap, he's gonna show out. He's gonna show up. He's gonna show out.
who?
Everybody forgets that he hasn't rapped since probably his third album.
Who you talking about?
Drake. He hasn't really rapped until this part. This is
When
like
you
the third
said
album.
Drake, I shut down and I forgot.
I know you did.
Back.
I know
You were
you
still
did.
talking about
See?
Drake.
Drake been trash.
I mean, the thing about
Drake
Drake
trash
is,
since 08.
man, if you heard one, you heard them all, in my opinion, from Drake. And every year he just takes somebody else's style that's hot, puts himself on it, and tries to take them up the charts, and then he takes their shit and runs for about a year. And that's how he stays fresh, you know. But
Dude,
I wouldn't put Drake up there in a conversation with J. Cole. I wouldn't put him in a conversation with Kendrick Lamar. I don't have Drake rapping anywhere near those guys.
the reason why you don't have him there is because you haven't heard anything from him in a decade, and a
I'm
half.
talking about anywhere up and down through his whole catalog. There's no rapping that I've heard from Drake that can compare to Kendrick Lamar's rapping ability, K Dizzle. And I didn't want to debate this with you, but I definitely don't. I don't, and I'm not even hating on Drake. Like I would definitely play Drake at a party or if I'm driving at night to go to the gas station and feel good for 20 minutes or something. But
You're
I'm
not going to play anything new from Drake. Okay. I like my rap with some substance. I like rappers that evolve. Drake has not evolved since as a rapper. Let me say this to you. Let me say this, Shanae. Drake has evolved into a rapper that plays to what people are listening to. Period. He will sneak a bar or two, but he ain't doing more than that. After that, right now, because he don't need to. and it is not necessary for him. He is not. He is past the point where he's putting the mental acuity in it like a J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. He's not looking at it in that type of art frame or that aspect and thinking on that thing. If you listen to his, I want to say first two albums, first two albums, then he put it there. You put Rick Ross over Drake. I'm not going to do that.
See how born J. Cole is. Y'all done switched to Drake. Nah, we didn't switch. And that's the thing. He says J. Cole's born. J. Cole went platinum with no features, right? J. Cole's been producing a lot of his own music. J. Cole is a very artistic rapper. And honestly, let's talk about the off season. So he comes on with Killer Cam and Lil Jon. And let's think about where he's rapping at now. He's successful. He's in the conversation of top 1, 2, or 3, every year. He's made tons of money now. He's got his own label. He's got his own roster underneath of him that he's trying to promote and branch out and get those guys to be successful. He's into the what's the word? I don't want to say politics, but he's definitely into, the culture as far as, movement for
social
the people.
injustice.
Yeah, exactly. So the guy is definitely not born, man. It's just what you expect. Like you said, Drake wants to give you what people want. J. Cole's going to give you what he wants to give you. Right. And that's the difference. That's the difference, Arizona. Like K Dizzle just said, Drake is going to give you what the people want to hear in the party. But J. Cole right now is talking about, he respects hearing rappers talk about being broke. Keep it real about living paycheck to paycheck, because he said himself back in 2008, he was nice, but he was broke. Right. And, that's the thing about, what we talk about, everybody's balling out. Everybody's got, the Richard Millies or whatever you want to call them on your wrist, and the bust down rollies and all this. And
everybody's cooking. Everybody's cooking in the kitchen.
Where are these guys at? Where are these guys at that we saw in 2019? Where are these guys at that we saw in 2020? All these freshmen, these guys don't have runs, man. Like, they're coming out, don't get me wrong, they're getting a buzz, and they're probably having a summer. But look what happened. You had A Boogie with the Hoodie that was hot probably back in 2018. Then all of a sudden, here comes Roddy Ricch. You don't hear from A Boogie with the Hoodie. And then we're not even talking about the whole kids of rap now, like the Pooh Shiesties and all these guys. Like, I'm not even going to go there. That's a whole different conversation. We're talking about J. Cole versus Drake versus Kendrick Lamar and this album right here. And the substance on this album, talking about what Shanae says, was off the hook. Nobody in this chat, and you can't sit here and tell me that what J. Cole was spitting wasn't full of substance. His wordplay is crazy on this album. No. I mean, we can sit there, and really pull it up and look at the lyrics and the wordplay. I mean, and look at what happened when you got some production behind him. Arizona, you haven't heard this album, but he's got Timberland on the track. He's got Boy Wonder. He's got Boy Wonder, and he's got T-Minus all over the album. So he's got 3 legendary producers.
410, you're gonna have to call that number and get into
what did he say?
He trash Basura. That's what he's saying.
Basura. Who's trash?
I don't know. You're gonna have to do that. Tekashi 6ix9ine got him all. Shut up.
Oh, he was talking about Pooh Shiesty and probably these guys when I went over there.
Get out of here, bro.
What up, Voodoo? What up, Voodoo?
Voodoo's a troll. Get out of here. Tekashi 6ix9ine got him all beat. He's the worst. Look, so I never listened to it, but I know he's great. Just in your cup of tea. He's talking about the new rappers. Can't listen to 90%. You're right. It's difficult to listen to any of the new rappers.
What do you think was the best track on this album?
The best track on this album?
On the off season. The 39-minute off season album that crashed.
I mean, it's between Let Go of My Hand and The Climb Back.
I like the Let Go of My Hand with his son. I like how he got a little intro and he was like talking about his son looked at him and was like, "Daddy, let go of my hand." That was pretty.
But see, here's why. Okay, if I go through the song list, one is 317, 229, 256, 154, 242, 211, 249.
He ain't get deep enough
song list, bro.
He
And
ain't
the
get
ones
deep
that I
enough for
like,
you.
Let Go My Hand was 426 and the Climb Back was 504. So I can't really it's hard for you to love a song if you don't get a chance to get into it. If you don't get a chance to get involved, it's like a short movie. If you go into there now, on average, movies now are like 2 hours long, right? Because they're trying to tell a story. Before they were like an hour and 20 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
If that. But you can't really get engulfed in it or really start feeling it if it's over like that. Because like you
I
said, we
feel
live in
you.
this Instapot society where everything got to be cooked in one fucking pot.
It's that
Everything cooked in the air
playbackability,
fryer. It's just what
man.
it is. But no, who's your top three, man? Don't
My
say it.
top three.
Yeah, you just
I mean,
crucified Drake. I mean, I
I
need to know
can't.
who's your number three. Look at
It's still tough for me, man, because I'm a big Rick Ross guy. I like Rick Ross. I think he's been consistent over the past 6-7 years. Uh, in my opinion, you can put Drake on like a Kanye level, as far as artistry, because neither one of them are writing all their stuff. And I still would listen to him, and I still would say both of them can rap,
Look,
because they can deliver it.
Rick Ross has not changed his flow since 1996.
So, but neither did Scarface, and I put Scarface in my top 10 of all time. I don't think you got to change your flow to be the best rapper. I think you got to have a good delivery. DMX never changed his
That's a fair
flow.
argument.
You know,
DMX did have a DMX to get on the track and flow and give you a different presentation. Rick Ross is not giving you a different presentation.
you know
He's going
what
to
you're
follow
gonna
the
get with
same
Rick Ross.
cadence on
Yeah,
every track. You know what you're going to get with him. It's the
Rick Ross is one
same.
of those type of artists that when you hear a beat, you can be like, "Oh, this is a Rick Ross type beat."
Yeah, it's like Rick Ross and Jeezy. You know what you're gonna get if they're on a track. You know exactly what kind of flow. You know exactly what kind of cadence you're gonna get when you
But
listen to that
but
song.
if you put Drake in a corner and Rick Ross in a corner, who's gonna rap their way out first? I got Rick Ross over Drake,
I
and
got
I'm just
Drake.
talking about bar
We
for
talking
bar.
bar
I'm
for
talking
bar.
about bar for bar, just rapping. I mean, maybe I'm hating, maybe I'm being hard on Drake right now.
You being hard on Drake.
But
You really being hard on Drake.
I still take mixtape Wheezy over Drake, and I'm not even trying to really go off on a tangent. But mixtape Wheezy, and I was telling my girl Shanae that he's got a special place in my heart, man. Pause.
Mhm.
Lil Wayne to me, I grew up on all those mixtape runs he had. It's nostalgic when I hear his wordplay. Nicki Minaj came out with a re-release over the weekend where she put out Beat Me Up Scotty, which had 90% of her old songs on it. Plus she had this new track with Wayne and Drake called Seeing Green. Check that out. But and Nicki Minaj is definitely one of the best rappers of all time, let alone female. I don't even want to have to classify and just say best female rapper. Nicki Minaj was an animal. I'd take Nicki over a lot of male rappers right now too, as far as her
Fair.
collective work. But but as far as just straight rap though, man, I gotta take Jada over Drake. I gotta take Rick Ross over Drake. I gotta
Right
take
now? No, you
yeah.
talk about all time now because Jada ain't put an album out in forever.
Jada put an
Ross
album
has
out
super
like 2 years
polished song.
ago.
Yes, his beat selection is crazy, but because he stays in his lane, you're right, 110%. Look,
Yeah,
look,
but see
look at
Wayne.
Voodoo gave the Soldier Boy. What?
But
What?
Wayne was popular off of his wordplay too. No one really was listening to what he was saying lyrically. Wayne
Come
was
on,
like
man.
he was crazy off of how he rolled the beat and his wordplay. And
Come
K
on, man.
Dizzle, what?
You going all time. You can't. We talking about right now. Jada
It's
is
not a
not.
lot right now. Where do you put? All right, so where do you have Big Sean relative to Drake?
I'm not a real Big Sean fan. I'm
So
not a
who's
real
your
Big Sean
fourth
fan.
after Drake then?
After Drake, right now,
Yeah,
shit. I don't
you
know.
acting like that shit's it. Kendrick,
I,
J. Cole, and Drake. That's it.
you talk about right now.
So we're not putting Jay Z in the conversation, obviously, because he's just yeah.
Jay Z put out a one track a year, and then he features on
We're
everybody.
not gonna put Nas in the conversation.
No, you're not going. You can't put legends in the conversation because we talking about right now. Those are legends. They get a pass. They in the top. They already inducted into the Hall of Fame. You can't put them in there. Um, um, I got one new favorite has been out.
Oh,
D Smoke.
okay. Yeah, but there's a lot of people you can say, you got a new favorite that's up and coming because there's honestly people rapping right now. We were just talking about that, like this real rap coming back. Because for a while, we got these subgenres coming out where you got this heavy drug usage in rap and people, listening to certain types of music when they partying or when they riding around. But going back to the chat, I wouldn't consider Drake a rapper. I consider Drake an artist. There's a difference in my book. In order to be a rapper, do you have to write your own shit? In order to be classified as one of the best rappers, you got to write your own shit.
You gotta write your own shit.
I can't sit there and come out and say I'm one of the best rappers and my man's
And
is
you ain't
writing for
writing
me.
your own
That
shit.
doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I can say I had like the best swag as far as a rapper. Like you got rappers like Slick Rick and I can, who else? Ghostface that kind of had like an aura about them. You know what I'm saying? That had more than just rap to it. But you still gotta write your shit though.
If you out here and you claiming to be the best rapper and you ain't writing your raps, you a clown with no makeup.
If I
Now,
was Drake, I'd stick to the story of I don't have the time to write anymore.
Drake. She says Drake. She says so. Drake is out. Look,
He is.
he is out. I don't have the time. He doesn't write any of his new stuff. Now,
When has he got the time?
the last
Ooh,
time,
Pusha.
he got bodied by Pusha. Look,
He
Pusha's
picked on Meek Mill. K Dizzle. Let's talk about that real quick.
I can't. You know what? I don't have an opinion for Meek Mill. You know why I don't have an opinion? Because I'm not able to listen to Meek Mill because I can't take his voice.
Okay.
I can't take his voice.
So you're basically saying that you gotta your opinion probably would have to be ruled out because even if he's good, he's just not for you.
Yes.
I got you on
I
that.
can't take his voice. That's him, ASAP Rocky, anybody who screams high pitched like that on the mic.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
But see, Meek Mill's another one of those rappers too. Like when you hear a certain beat, you can see Meek Mill on it because he's had that same style.
Meek way better than Drake. I don't know. I don't know if he is because I can't take the way he rap.
I got one for y'all.
He sound like a baby yelling. He sound like a 14-year-old boy yelling on the mic. I can't take
What you think about this, K Dizzle, in the chat? What y'all think about Wale versus Drake as far as just rapping?
No. Stop.
Really?
I can't. No. I can't listen to Nightmares. Can't listen to Nightmares. Pusha is an elite rapper. I don't, Wale has bars, but Wale has a different type of wordplay.
Yeah, but I don't think. Go ahead, K.
I think Drake would. Drake would crush him. I think Drake would crush him. The last good Drake album that he had that wrote his raps was "Thank Me Later," which was like 10 years ago or something like that.
That was a classic album.
That's a super classic album. If you want to know that he got bars, you just listen to that joint. But
Meek needs to expand his vocabulary. But you know what though, Arizona people talk about Pusha T like he smashed Drake.
Meek need to grow his shoulder, grow to his shoulders.
Drake had that Duppy freestyle that he made before Pusha T came out with that Adonis track, and I thought the Adonis track was overrated because he played into the fact that Drake was hiding a kid. Like to me, like okay, that's personal, but it wasn't like drop the mic. Oh, Drake got a baby and drop the mic. Like, what about the whole Duppy freestyle when Drake went on you for 3.5 minutes and punished him with bars? Like, I don't think it was that much of a big defeat. I don't think it was a landslide victory.
Drake
nah. I disagree, Arizona. Drake got some albums out.
You might be Arizona. Hey, Ron, you might be excused, man. No J. Cole, and you said Take Care was the only one?
No.
I don't know about that. See,
Thank Me Later was a classic, bro.
Thank Me Later was
a classic.
Every track on that joint was a classic, was a hit. Was a hit, straight up and down hit. It was on the radio. But
and then he had the So Far Gone mixtape.
Well, you gotta slide back when you're talking about Pusha. Sliding back to J. Cole. I think he took this album, like he said, and he did it to make a statement. To let them know that he is still here and that wordplay is still alive and well. and that
Yeah.
content matters because you don't have content in the rap game right now at all. As much as and he gives the props to the baby, and he helps all these other cats out, gets on their albums,
21.
gives them their props. But in the back of his mind, he's saying you guys don't carry any weight at all. And you don't have anybody right now in the rap game outside of legends and those guys. Hey, Ronna. And Chris, shout out to Chris
Miss
Phelps, man.
Rona. Love you, Miss
Um,
Rona. What you know about that Chris Phelps? Just realized his name is Arizona Ron from Tucson. He pushed the black Yukon. He
UConn.
didn't drive the black Yukon. He pushed the black Yukon. With the slow grooves on, mostly rock the
With the
Aussies. Come
slow
on,
grooves
man.
on.
Don't come out here talking no rap in the chat like we don't know what we're talking about. Come on now.
So you don't have anybody right now. Um, and that's holding their own water, like you said. That's holding their own
Well,
water.
I'm driving. That's what's up. Appreciate you though, Chris. I'm just messing with you, man. Shout out to you. Nah, man, but K Dizzle, I like the song Applying Pressure because he talks about that. He says, I'm gonna do it in y'all face, like he boasting on the track on this album. You hear J. Cole telling people, no name specific, but they say I don't do it, man. I don't do it, and he goes, in my opinion. And hey, Miss Rona. But
Hey,
yeah, what you
hey.
think about that track? I thought that was my personal favorite, man. I think he spits on that one.
Man, so
Talk about, being a broke rapper and just keeping it real. Like, he was spitting.
so it's been a while since you've had somebody come and challenge the normal, um, the normal, the norm in the rap game, and he comes in and he keeps it 100% honest when everybody out here is doing the same thing. It's just plagiarism 100%. Everybody's cooking up coke in the kitchen. Everybody's running off the plug twice. Everybody's
Well, the plug
everybody,
twice.
everybody's an op.
Everybody in their bag.
Everybody in their bag.
Everybody
I haven't
capping.
seen the new track list for DMX new album. I know it's gonna be prayerfully it's gonna be fantastic. I know the
Man.
production is gonna be crazy. But you just don't have, it's just not prevalent what he does. And that's why we're talking about it, and that's why it stands out so much, because you need authenticity to really make an impact in that industry. You need some type of authenticity, and you need something to make people think. Nothing else that I can think of that has come out in the past 3 years has put everybody shooting like Curry. You're right. You know, everybody shooting like Curry. Nothing in the past 3 years has made everybody think like this album, man.
But it's
And
tough though, man.
that's
You know
just
what it is,
legendary stuff.
K? It's because like where we come from, we had the opportunity to see everything from the start. I'm not gonna say I saw every single thing. Like I'm not a historian, but we've had a chance to see, like giving an analogy to sports, we had a chance to see Michael Jordan and Kobe and LeBron all in
The
one
golden
lifetime.
era. The
Like we
golden
had
era of hip
this, we
hop.
had the same golden era of hip hop. We had a chance to
Yeah.
see Sugar Hill Gang. We had a chance to see, you know, um, all types of groups. Tribe Called Quest to Outkast to the Houston movement to
To
Master
Ludacris.
P to Luda to the whole A Town movement to Jay Z in Brooklyn, Nas, everything. We saw all this, and these kids didn't grow up like we grew up on it.
Right.
So they don't understand it. They don't necessarily care. It's the same. It's the same stuff like when our parents and grandparents play soul music or jazz or blues, and they be
Mhm.
like, "What you know about that young man? That was a whole different swag, a whole different era." And right now we're looking at these kids and how they're really rocking hard to this music that's trash. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like we laugh at them. We can't take it serious that you're listening to these guys rap in these patterns for 3 minutes straight. Like it's garbage.
No, 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 not 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 27 seconds, sir.
And then they don't even give you a full song. They don't even give you a hook.
Hmm. Speaking of
And
Outkast, shoot Dre, get in anyone feature who is current and kills them on the. Oh yeah, yeah, he does that. Dre,
yeah,
if he
Dre
does,
3000, man.
yeah, if he does, but he out in the streets. playing the flute. I don't know what that man doing. He doing whatever he want with his life. He's the most,
Hey,
you know.
once he hit the movies, man, it's a whole different ball game. Once you
Yeah,
start
he's a
seeing
super
that movie
eccentric
money,
man. He living. Yeah, that's different money. That's different royalty money. But shout
yeah,
out to Andre 3000 doing what he want to do. But yeah, there's a completely different era, and
that's
they
why
got to
you're
find
saying
their
what
own
you're
way.
saying. You know,
They got to
talking
find their
about
own way.
they gotta find their own way. Kendrick Lamar hasn't put out an album. When was the damn album put out?
Damn album
2018?
20
2018, right?
2018. It was
And we still
2018. Yeah.
talking about and we still talking about he's the best rapper out right now.
And let me though, bro.
The damn
His
album came out in 2017, bro.
when you have let me tell you something. When you have the ability for your music to be played in elementary schools, like I used to DJ at my, because I was on the PTA. So when they whatever events they had to save money, my wife would make me DJ
They
for the shit.
filled you in.
Whatever. Hey, bring your DJ stuff, bring your table, bring your speakers for the kids. And so they gave me a list of songs that were approved, by the county and stuff like that. And Kendrick Lamar is on there. I'm like, yo, when you are on that point and your music is coming like that, and you're approved in the county for that kind of music, that kind of culture, that is saying that you are speaking to a different level of mindset and mind tone, and it's acceptable to show
Right.
kids that it's okay. But and that's what makes them iconic. And we don't. There is no one else looking to pursue that kind of perfection. There probably are. There are a bunch of young up and coming folks like D Smoke, like the homie Odyssey that I've known for years, that have phenomenal lyrics that are from this area. Kev Brown. I mean, we can go down. We can go down the list, but they are
There's a lot
not
of
on that.
talent in this area.
They are not on that level, on that national level, or they're not accepted by radio. So they could be internationally, crazy, but they're not mainstream. And mainstream is still whatever it is, payola, whatever you want to call it. It's trash.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but can these
trash.
kids make it like can these kids like a Quando Rondo who dropped a 25 track album and sold like 7,000? Like how they gonna make it with the limited amount of shows that's out right now? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. The last traditional album, skits and all were impeccable. Yeah, I mean
Thank
it
you,
definitely
410.
was.
Thank you, 410. Inglewood. God, if y'all never heard D
It
Smoke, listen.
was fun. Nah, D Smoke is. I mean, there's a few rappers out there like the D Smoke though,
Yeah, they are.
and but you got to find your space, and that's a whole nother conversation too. But
We,
so the book out on this J Cole album, which is what we're talking about tonight. Where do you rate it, man? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your rating?
I rated a 9.5. I rated a 9.5. And I
Okay.
don't give it a solid because you don't get a chance to love every individual part of it. You don't. You don't. I'm salty as hell. You ever get into a groove of a song and that shit cut off? It's like, remember back in the day when you used to record, in order for you to get the songs that you wanted off the radio, you had to find a cassette tape, put tissue on the top of the cassette tape, right? Put it in there and wait for the DJ to play your song so you can hit the record and play button at the same time on the radio so you can try to catch it at the end
Mm.
and catch it at the beginning. But you're not paying attention to that cassette player because right at the 1 minute and 30-second mark, you run out of tape. So you go back you go back to listening to it and you get pissed because you in the middle of the first chorus and that shit cut off. Salty.
No
That's
doubt.
what that's what this music feels like, man. It feels like it gives you a taste. They show you the steak, but they cut off the edge and say, "Here you go, there you go." But
I give the album a 9, man. I think he definitely had some strong lyrics. He rapped his ass off on the album. Better production than most of J. Cole's albums because his production can get boring. I'll agree
yes,
with Arizona Ron, but not as rapping, the production. And yeah,
the
Ham and
production.
Vanilla Ice was hot. And we can talk about mainstream and in my opinion, industry plants like those people you see coming and they take over the game and then they disappear and go broke. it's not a coincidence that those guys get in those positions. We see it now every day where all of a sudden, like a little punk is everywhere you look, and then you look up again and he's gone. You know,
Yep. Shout out to
but
Blueface.
fun episode, man. Shout out to Blueface out there in Cali
Bust
causing
down.
hell. Tatiana. Fun episode, man. Episode 15. We talking about hip hop. The youngins lack a sense of the groove and let it sit in the pocket and marinate.
See, they go over here right there, Chris. Sit in the pocket and let that thing marinate. Let that song work on you. Nah, they ain't no more 4-minute songs like that, man. Ain't no. It's a barely a 3-minute 30-second song. You can barely find that. Shout out to if you haven't heard it yet, because I just put F on it. Shout out to the homie Snoop putting out a classic album on 420.
Came out hitting, yeah.
Shout out to
listen
Snoop.
to Snoop.
You haven't heard Snoop's album on 420? Snoop is in his mid-50s, bro. It's still hitting with some of these other people. But look, that's enough about music. The only way we grow. We want to thank each and every one of y'all. We love y'all for coming out every Sunday at 9 p.m. You guys are as consistent as we are. Yeah, no more 3 verses. You getting 1 and then 2 choruses and get the fuck out of there. That's it.
When 16 ain't enough.
Yeah, it's like a dirty public bathroom. They don't want you in there long. Get your ass in and out.
Hurry up and buy.
Hurry up and buy. What you say
Put
about
it
my
in
mom?
the pocket. You talking about Tabby Bonet 410? I hope you don't listen to that again. I saw him. He performed in the club once when I was in DC, man, and yeah,
he's a character.
He had like a real bright blue shirt on, and I was like, man, this is what DC got. This is how we getting repped out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Snoop is so famous, man. When you can sit there and create and break bread with Martha Stewart, you figured it out.
Oh, you 110%. Hey, look, just in case you didn't know, Facebook.com ADU Podcast is where you can find us. There always you can find us at Young Have Streams, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. Check Young Have Streams or Have Streams, K Dizzle DC, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. But mainly here, we want to follow everybody here. Look, we only grow because you guys come back as consistent as we are. You guys are. We thank you and we love you for that. The only way we grow is by you guys sharing the knowledge, sharing the word. We want to take this episode just a fun, quick one, just because J. Cole dropped some fire and made us think about it. You know, we had a whole different idea, conversation that we want to talk about, but we put this one first because we needed a break for some of the serious stuff. I think we've only had 2 sideline episodes other than the serious episodes that we've had.
You know what I'm saying? So real content.
With real content. And it's important to chat, just breathe. Look, take some time to breathe. Don't be serious at all times. We talked about mental health last week. You got to be able to breathe, take that time to decompress, talk about something that ain't got really nothing to do with life that's going to affect you, but just gives you an outlet to let your thoughts grow and expand. And we appreciate it, man. We love it. There's nothing we can say or show other than a huge thank you. And from the bottom of our hearts, man, tell people that we're here. Let them know that we're about it. You're going to see more content coming from us down the road. We're going to get on all these platforms. We're only 15 episodes in, and we're just going to get bigger and better, baby. Who knows? Maybe we up there with Drink Champs or Joe Budden. Maybe we get to bring him on our show and curse him out. I don't know. That could be a possibility. Or academics. I don't know. That could be a possibility. I don't care. I don't give a fuck either way. But
well said, K Dizzle, man. Nothing's impossible, man. We love you guys. Love you, Shanae. Love you, Miss Rona. 410 Beard, Chris Phelps, Arizona. Patricia Heflin, Melinda Heflin, all the K Dizzle family in the squad that always checks us out. Miss D, hopefully we'll see you soon.
And Ron, do me a favor, okay? This week,
you ain't let them all
week with your life, okay? Let's put aside some minutes to listen to some J. Cole and educate yourself. You're a well-versed brother. I need you to get well-versed in J. Cole music. This man came on the show and said, I don't listen to J. Cole.
ADU Podcast, man. We love y'all.
We love y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday at 9 p.m. Deuces.
And you know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, they know.